If you want to hear my first impressions using the ABH Nouveau palette, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome to HMM Makeup or Makeup. I promised some green looks on this channel. The whole reason being that I have green eyes and I have been sheepish about wearing green eyeshadow with green eyes. I always thought it was a no-no, not a great idea, blah, blah, blah. And I have just decided to break free from that thought and just try a bunch of green eyeshadows. And if you have not taken a look yet, you can see swatches for this palette, the Nouveau palette by ABH. I also have swatches of the Wild Greens from Urban Decay. And also swatches of the She-Hulk by Urban Decay as well. And this one, I have to say the packaging on this particular palette is beautiful. So I am doing first impressions and lookbook for all three of those palettes. So if you're interested in green eyeshadow looks, then you will probably not be disappointed if you keep watching the channel. That said, we are going to talk about the look that I created with this palette today. I decided not to do the look on camera. I just wanted to talk about the look and not necessarily create it on camera. I do a lot of makeup application on camera. You can see any video, you would be able to see how I do liner, lashes, how I tend to place eyeshadow. It's very much the same, unless I'm doing a halo look. This is pretty much the way that I apply my makeup. Now, I say this, and there's a difference. There's a difference today on one thing. I used one shadow from inner to outer lid, and I will explain why. That is not typical for me. But the shadow is what made me decide to do what I did. So let's talk about it. I'm going to just open up the palette for the Nouveau palette from ABH, just show you the color story. And if you want to see swatches for this palette, I did do them and I will put the link in the cards for you. I really enjoyed swatching this palette in a big way. I love ABH mattes. And there are always quite a few mattes in each palette. This one was just gorgeous. This one I used today and loved it. They're just so smooth and they blend so well. It's just a chef's kiss. Today, I ended up using Hope a whole lot. So I'm just going to look at my eyeshadow. And I used Liberty right here in the crease and on the outer lid, using an angled brush pretty much up to about here is Liberty, and really enjoyed using this one. I actually used a highlighter on my brow bone, so none of it is from the palette. This is just a basic highlighter from Buxom. And then I went into this shadow, Hope, and I started off on the inner lid and I looked at it and I really liked the way it looked, and I just went all over, and I really think it looks pretty darn good. It works from inner to outer lid, and it does, just because of its color, it does show dimension on the eye, even though I don't have a deeper color on the outer lid, which is what I would normally do, is deeper color on the outer lid, outer crease. Didn't have to do that with this shadow. So just a few shadows and this look is complete. And then of course liner, lash, and on the lower lash line, I did use Liberty. And I think it did a good job as a solo eyeshadow on the lower lash line. Just a small brush is all I used to put the liner on, and I don't have any eyeliner on my upper waterline or on the lower lash line. This is it. Super easy look. It took me about 5 minutes just on the shadow. Of course, eyebrows and everything else takes more time, but as far as the eyeshadow, it was really, really quick to do one eye and then replicate on the other side. I'm really happy with this palette. I think it is going to be very work appropriate and very approachable. I mean, Wisteria, I think it's called. Yeah, Wisteria is maybe one that can be a little bit tougher to figure out unless you really want a pastel-y look. But if I cover that one up, all the other colors really work nicely together. I think the purple can throw a few of us off, but everything else is very, very easy to pair up with other things in the palette. And I do think I would do a green and wisteria look. Green and purple, I think it would look good, or violet, whichever you want to call it. It's a beautiful matte. But I have to say that the pairings, and I wish I had swatched it differently when I did the swatches video, because I feel like it would have been better to swatch pairings this way. It would have made more sense to me to do that. And I think I would have ended up having better looking pairings than going top row and bottom row. So to me, when I look at this palette, to me the pairings are up and down all the way through. If you want to have a no-brainer, not have to think about it, those top and bottom shades are just they all look like they're great matches. So that is the way that I would probably personally navigate that palette, at least in the short term, to just get used to all of the shadows, and then I'll poke around all over the place again. But to me, that was just a nice way of doing it. And I used, as I said, Liberty and Hope, but really I could very easily have just used these two and have been quite happy with the result. So I hope you like the first look that I've come up with. I think it's super wearable. I think it's very pretty. It's like Your Eyes But Better. And definitely, Hélène, I'm talking to myself here, there's nothing wrong with this green eyeshadow look. So just keep on going and let's see what else we can come up with those green eyeshadow pairings along with green eyes. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. I'm probably going to do at least one more look with this palette, and definitely will be doing some looks with the other two. Again, the Wild Greens from Urban Decay and also the Urban Decay She-Hulk. I cannot get over this packaging. They did a great job, seriously. Okay, that is it from me. Let me know what you think. I always love to hear comments when you have had a chance to watch a video, and I will leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the look, and see you in the next one. But for now, as always, take care.